I've been following his Twitter page, Mike Holland, and I have to tell you, he is standing very, very strong in all of this.
Yeah.
But he still, according to many, looks like a rank amateur because he let it come to this.
He'll be out of a job in a couple of months, one way or the other. Charlie?
This is like, those people singing and waving flags reminds me of like Rome burning while Nero's fiddling. I mean, they're on the precipice. I don't think, listen, if it's just Greece, and this is something that we don't know, if it's just Greece, I think the markets can handle that. I worry about the U.S. markets. Yeah, they can handle it. But if it does spread, and sometimes there's triggering events.
What's the spreading? That's an interesting.
Well, here's the thing.
We found out the subprime contagion thing.
Everybody had it, right?
Okay.
If it was just Lehman and Bear, we could have taken care of that. But it was everybody.
Yeah,
so now,
where are we?
Okay, Portugal, Spain, and possibly Italy.
Yeah.
If it spreads to those countries,
now,
you are talking about...
Don't you believe then
well, here's how
Christine
it
Lagarde cannot simply say, let's give them another extension, because that then sends a very bad message to other countries that might be on the table.
That will not happen.
That's
right.
Here's the thing.
You're exactly right.
Those economies aren't growing either.
Yeah.
And when investors start to focus on those economies, when people start to charge more for Italy and Spain and Portugal...
European contagion for 4 years. We all remember that.
But remember, they've been expecting this for years, and now it's happening.
Charlie, this is not a Lehman moment. Our banks do not have this exposure.
This is not a Lehman moment. This is possibly an MBIA bond insurer moment. It's one of the possible dominoes. I'm not saying this. And let's get this off the table, because I keep hearing people talk about this. The banks, the U.S. banks are selling off today. It has nothing to do with Puerto Rico. Zero. It's laughable. It's absurd.
You mean nothing to do with Greece has more to do with Puerto Rico? You just said nothing to do with Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, the fact that Puerto Rico might default is not anywhere tied.
He meant Puerto Rico, yeah.
Anyway, people are I keep hearing this, that people are talking about that banks are off because of fears that they're somehow
That's
insane.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican bonds are held by individuals, retail, and they are going to get crushed.
Well, could
individuals.
Could it be that China is now officially in a bear market for its stocks? They've fallen precipitously over the past week.
Not a surprise, Liz. And we had a huge bear market in China, and you and I spoke about it at the time 4 years ago. Down 60%. There are three markets in China. It's the bear market we're talking about is the A-share Shanghai market. That market was down like 60%. Didn't have a thing to do with our market.
We are getting a translation right now. The Greece Prime Minister Tsipras is saying, we'll stand up, we'll survive. I don't know how. And you know what? Actually, I do. Watch China, for the bear. And I'm not talking the bear market. I'm talking Putin, the bear.
Yeah.
He is waiting like a snake with a tongue ready to come out.
He's got
you know what it is?
Take it away from the people.
Greece is would be like a Trojan horse for the Russians. I mean, this place, let's give it to them. I mean, if you want to hurt them,
that gives them a toehold, guys. That gives them a toehold in Europe.
It's not a good place to have the Russian bear.
Okay, yes, but I mean...
But also China could be part of the cabal.
Who knows? I'm just saying that this is such a screwed up economy. Yeah. Anybody that inherits this is going to be inheriting its liabilities, and the fact that you have a workforce there that doesn't really want to work. They want the government.
Gentlemen,
Putin wants to inherit
you're both going to stay here.